recording now and good to go. So, um, yeah, let's. All right, so my name is Chucks, aka Tony. You can call me whichever one you want. I have two guests with me. Well, they're not really guests, we're actually all together.
Co-host.
Yeah, co-hosts. That's the word I'm looking for. And yeah, they're gonna introduce themselves. Do you want to take it away?
I'll take it first then, I guess. Yeah. So I'm Anders91. My name's Andan, and welcome to our channel.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. I'm Ams. You can call me Ams.
Okay. And yeah, we're just basically starting this channel. We're just guys that like video games. We just felt like we should start talking about them. Basically, we have our opinions, we have our thoughts. Yeah, we're just gonna go through a few topics and news pieces and give our thoughts on them. So, starting off with something that we all actually have an interest and investment in is PlayStation and Horizon Zero Dawn getting some information leaked. Basically, so one of you guys want to give the details of the leak details?
Yeah, well, Horizon Zero Dawn 2 is a game that I'm definitely excited about, and the leaks of what is supposed to be going on, a potential co-op mode in the next game, which for me is quite exciting. To be fair, I don't know how they're going to employ that, but it does sound like it could have a lot of potential to be massive in the game. To be honest, the first game was already massive in itself, and with Horizon Zero Dawn 2 it potentially being even bigger than the first game, having a co-op might actually be amazing. So something that I'm definitely excited about.
Yep. Basically they add the implication is that they add in co-op. Maybe it could be to the story, it could be its own separate mode. We don't actually have the details for that yet, but some sort of co-op is going to be introduced to the game. I enjoyed the game very much. I completed it. Did you guys complete it as well?
Definitely.
Yeah, I finished it. I didn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't
Sorry,
finish the DLC.
Yeah, no, I actually never played the DLC either, to be honest. Did you? And
you both missed out. Yeah, you both missed out.
I played 10 minutes.
Played 10 minutes of it. Oh, okay. But my thoughts on the game. Do you know what? The game was very enjoyable. I enjoyed the game a lot. I remember having a good time. I haven't played it since I completed it, and I basically completed it within like probably a week or 2 weeks from when it came out. But one thing with me, I don't know why, I just can't even remember the story at all. Like I can't remember any details. So what I actually think I'm gonna do, probably go back and play it soon, just so I can get the gist of things as well. Because I actually heard and believe that the game and the story is actually very good. So I need to get that.
Very, very good story. So, I think the story carries the game. Okay. And the gameplay is good, so that says a lot.
Yeah, and I felt like the game was very good and enjoyable to play. So, I would, if I had to just give it a summary, I'll probably say the overall experience that I had, I'll give it like an 8.5 or around that. So,
wow.
Yeah. What's your thoughts, guys?
I mean, for me, that was hands down a 10. To be honest,
wow.
It was definitely top 3 games played on the PS4 in this last generation. I do understand why you've probably forgotten the story. I think because it was so big, and obviously there is a point in the game where it feels like the game is about to end, and and then it just branches off into a whole different direction.
Yeah.
That story for me was excellent. It was one of those games that you just couldn't put the controller down. Just continued playing non-stop throughout the night. So me, that game was definitely a 10.
Okay, Fair enough. That means that I'm definitely gonna have to go back and play it. But yeah, go on, have a look. Go on.
I feel like it was a 10, but I think there's levels to these 10s. Because when God of War come out, every 10 I had dropped down a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's definitely still a 10, but it's a lower 10.
Okay.
Which isn't a bad thing.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna play that game, and I'm gonna play the DLC as well. I'll probably
Definitely.
I might end up buying it. It's not very expensive right now. So
it's cheap.
Yeah,
about 15 quid now, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? Where do you think they can take the next one? Well, we all know what the ending was. Where do we see the next one going, if anything?
I think if they add co-op, it will take the game to a new level. I believe they're gonna have story down anyway. I think they know how to do stories. Even in Killzone, they knew how to do a story. Even though it was generic, they made it a bit more refreshing than the other generic shooters. I mean, they got story now, but with co-op, I've played games that aren't very good, but when you put it in co-op, it makes it an amazing game. Assassin's Creed, what's the French one called?
French one.
Can't even remember.
Yeah, Odyssey. No, not Odyssey.
Revelations or something like that.
You're talking about.
Yeah.
I just can't remember what it's called.
I can't remember the name. That's how bad the game was with all its bugs. But I played it in co-op, and having two assassins running around doing different things, the game, I couldn't put it down while I was playing co-op.
Yeah.
As soon as I was playing by myself, I'd stop playing. But I think having a game of this magnitude in co-op just puts it to a whole new level.
Takes it to a whole new level, yeah.
Yeah, no, but I remember the game not having a cliffhanger, but it had spoilers, by the way, for anyone that hasn't completed the game. But I remember them basically laying down the groundwork for a sequel coming. I remember that. There's something about like the guy at the end. He has like a sort of lamp or something, and it actually contains someone or someone's spirit or something like that. I can't remember exactly.
I believe he takes I think Hephaestus, I think.
The virus.
Or Hades. Hades, sorry, yeah, Hades.
Yeah, so yeah, I just think that they have laid the groundwork, and when you do that kind of thing, that already tells me that you have the story panned out. So whatever they're doing, they're gonna have confidence in what they're doing. Like God of War did the same thing, Spider-Man did the same thing as well. So that just gives me faith that they already know and have confidence in the story that direction that they're going. What do you say?
Part of that might be Sony confidence.
That's true.
I think in their head, they're just like, yeah, we're Sony, we're gonna have a sequel to this. Because every exclusive I've played has set up a sequel.
Yeah.
Days Gone did it. The only one it was Uncharted, and that's because it was the last one in his story.
Yeah, and they sort of did as well. Oh well, yeah. They even another spoiler. With his daughter, that could just lay the groundwork for her to come in, or even help his brother as well. They almost laid the groundwork for him and Sully to do something together. That could happen. They've just put that out there, I believe. Not as certainly as they have for the other games that you mentioned. Yeah, I think they still have.
Well, it was leaked that Days Gone's getting a sequel.
Oh gosh,
yesterday.
I haven't actually played that game, but when I always say it, and I'm gonna keep saying it. I have a knack for when games aren't gonna be very good, and
see, for me, Days Gone isn't a 10 out of 10. No, obviously not. But it's just fun. It reminds me of that PS2. There were so many mid-tier games that were never going to be 10 out of 10s, but they were fun 7, 8 out of 10 experiences. Yeah. And I think that's what Days Gone is. It's just, you got hordes of zombies. Well, not zombies, but yeah, hordes of zombies everywhere. They give you different guns and a motorbike. It's just fun. I couldn't put it back when I was playing it. It was just fun.
Okay, that's fair enough. That's fair. I not to be the negative Nancy or to be the person that's always pessimistic, but I just when I saw the first gameplay at that E3, I believe that's where they showcased it. I was like, yeah, no, this game isn't. It's not gonna be like that high caliber PlayStation exclusive. I could already tell that. But yeah, that's the reason I didn't actually get it. I didn't end up getting it.
Okay.
But,
for me, I was a bit concerned with the previews and reviews, to be honest.
Yeah.
It looked quite buggy and it didn't look like it looked like it needed to be polished a bit more.
Yeah, that's exactly the way I felt as well. So something that we all don't actually have investment in is Xbox, but they've actually revealed that they're going to be revealing games very soon. I believe Phil Spencer said this. I don't know where, but he definitely did say it. Just to give our initial thoughts on how Xbox have been this generation. I personally, I had an Xbox 360. Did any of you have an Xbox 360?
So
yeah,
all three of us had Xbox.
One.
Okay,
all three of us good games.
Yeah, so all three of us had Xbox 360s. I enjoyed my Xbox 360 a lot.
Same, yeah.
Yeah, when they revealed the Xbox One, if I'm being completely honest, I didn't really hate it. But what I thought was, I'm not getting this. I knew that for a fact, and I also thought, okay, why am I going to buy an Xbox One when the PlayStation is literally more powerful and it's cheaper? It doesn't make sense. That I'll just be being a fanboy at that point if I actually buy Xbox. So I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna go with PlayStation. Everyone went with PlayStation. All my friends went with PlayStations. So yeah, that's just how I felt with it. But what I feel, since Phil Spencer's come in and later on in this generation, I'm not gonna say that they've got great games or anything like that now, but what they've been doing with things like Game Pass, because I've got a gaming PC, so I believe it's £1. I can get 3 months for £1 sometimes of Game Pass, and it's okay, I'll be stupid to not pay for that and buy and play the games that they own.
Yeah.
Literally, I've played. Yeah, go on.
That's the one place they blew PlayStation out of the water.
Yeah,
Game Pass is a lot better than PlayStation now.
Yeah, and that's the only reason I've played Gears of War 4, 5, and 6. Well, I haven't played 6 yet, but I'm going to play 6 because I played 4 and 5. I enjoyed those games. I would have never played them otherwise. So yeah, that's obviously a good thing that they've done. Other things like the reveal for the Xbox Series X that they've been doing as well.
You can tell they've got a lot of confidence in that console.
Yeah, exactly. And the investment and buying all the studios that they've been purchasing recently as well. So it's okay, they're ready. They're gearing up to go next generation.
I think they were just sick of this generation.
Yeah.
They're getting bad every year. I think this new one is okay, we have a chance to get back on top.
Yeah.
Let's do it. It's like a relief.
To be honest with you, I don't think they can ever get back on top. What I would say is they can get a foothold, because PlayStation they're just
the only way they can potentially get back on top, they need to invest in better developers, to be honest, because
exclusives.
At the moment, they're exclusives. You've got Halo, you've got Gears of War, you've got Forza, which are their AAA games, but apart from that, there's not really much in terms of AAA worth that anyone to come and play an Xbox, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas PlayStation, there were so many exclusives over the past generation. It was a landslide victory for them, to be honest.
Yeah,
I think it was the quality of the exclusive, because Xbox had a lot of exclusives this generation that just failed from day one.
Crackdown 3.
Yeah.
It's been a bad generation for Xbox, but I think they are setting the foundation, to be honest. They've done well with the Xbox 360. I think I don't think they will come back on top. However, I do think it will entice more people to come and buy an Xbox Series X Especially they've revealed what it's going to be like. They've revealed a couple stats, and it seems like there's so much improvement hardware-wise, which me is quite exciting, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, technically, they've never been on top, have they? Even when
Yeah.
360 was smashing it, the Wii was there winning everything.
That's true. Exactly. Yeah. So it's gonna be very difficult, in my opinion, for them to like really take over. But they can get a foothold, like I said. But
yeah,
what do you guys?
It's hard for them though.
Yeah,
it's hard for them because Microsoft is also invested in PC, which PCs tend to be is growing and growing each and every year. So
I personally,
unless they,
I personally think that they don't mind. They don't mind where you play their games. They just want you to play
it. Yeah.
Because I think we're getting into that stage where, like, it's not even about the consoles anymore. They don't really make money on consoles anymore either. I believe they're always taking a loss. That's why they want to sell you their subscriptions. They want to sell you their different hardware like controllers and customize all that stuff. It's just all about getting you in their ecosystem now. So I don't think they mind whether you play it on PC or you play it on even their xCloud or whatever it's called. If you play it on their new console that they're gonna bring out, they just want you to play their games at this point, in my opinion. But even though
I'm quite adverse to console Unity. I'm quite adverse to console Unity. I need the console wars to keep going. No, because I can admit I'm a PlayStation fanboy, but also I want competition because there was like 5 times during this generation where I've been like, oh, I'm buying an Xbox because I've seen a good game, and then it's been reviewed and it's been like, oh, that's crap.
Yeah,
I'm not buying it anymore. But I think if the Unity happens, they'll get lazy as companies.
Yeah,
you see it in like when games get the exclusive rights to a license, they half-ass it when they know they're the only place they can go.
That's very true. What I was gonna say is, as you said, and then they basically have Gears of War, Forza, and Halo. Yeah, those are
this generation. They have Fable. They never released Fable.
Yeah,
that was a big game.
What I was gonna say is, cool, they have those games. What do you guys think will be the games that they're revealing soon? Like, do you think they'll bring back old franchises, new ones?
I think
honestly, if they were going to bring new ones, I think we would have probably heard something pipeline already.
Really?
I mean, I believe they'll probably bring out something like Forza Motorsport 8 out as a launch lineup. Halo 6 as well. In terms of other exclusives, and just Xbox exclusives, I don't really know what they're going to bring out.
I know
they bought all those studios, no?
Yeah, they
Sorry,
bought. No. They bought a few studios. The people that made, I don't know if they been called
Senua Sacrifice, Hell Fury.
Yeah, that's
Hellblade.
That's the exact game. I don't know how
that's the game I was speaking about.
That's the biggest IP they got in all of those purchases.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's true. So yeah, they bought that studio. They bought the studios that made. There's another game that's basically BioShock, but for smiley people. I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, there's you know what I'm talking about though, right? Happy People, or Happy Few, the Happy Few or something.
Yeah, I remember that game.
So they
trash.
Yeah, so they've bought quite a few studios, and I'm sure they're gonna invest in those studios as well. Maybe hire some good developers that will help those games transform from like not the greatest to like really good. They've also got a few developers from like Naughty Dog over to some Xbox studios. So yeah, they're investing. They've got a few IPs now. But yeah, what kind of games do you think they can make to compete with games like Gears of War, Horizon Zero Dawn that you're talking about? Do you see Halo Infinite doing that?
Nah, I think Halo is because everyone plays Call of Duty, so it's very hard to release a console exclusive first person shooter that's gonna bang.
Yeah.
It doesn't really happen anymore. People have their Call of Duty in their battlefields now.
I think with Halo, because it's a bit more of a technical game, it has its core fan base. So no matter what, people are going to buy Halo.
Oh yeah.
But as you say, Call of Duty is a kettle of fish because it's so accessible and it's for me, it's a bit more fun than Halo. I've never really enjoyed playing Halo to be.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it is for a different type of person, to be honest. I think then whatever Halo they do bring out, I do think it will be good, to be honest. They invest a lot into it.
Yeah, so pretty much, you guys don't think that any games can be revealed.
No.
Have...
there will definitely be some games that will be revealed whenever they do the reveal.
No, that will interest you personally.
If they do a Fable,
yeah.
If they do a Fable that's next gen and it looks nice and they've updated all the systems, I would probably buy an Xbox Series X or whatever it's called.
I never actually played Fable, I don't know if that game is that game good enough to be like if a new one.
It's not a system seller.
Oh, okay.
But it has a following, a cult following, the same way Mass Effect does. Mass Effect's a bit.
But I would assume that people would rather just play Fable on PC now.
They could, yeah, they might play it on PC. But for someone like me who likes some Xbox games enough to get a console, but I'm a PlayStation guy, I might get both.
Yeah.
I don't think it's enough to sell the console over the PlayStation, especially when things like Spider-Man 2 and God of War 2 coming.
Yeah.
I mean, that's hard to beat.
So games that we know that are coming, like you see, what is it called? Is it Hell's Blade or
Hellblade is Senua's Sacrifice 2, yeah.
So that's that sequel. Do you see that being a sequel seller, or console seller?
No,
good
I
enough
don't think so.
Huh?
To be honest, I didn't get a chance to play the first one, but for me, it looks amazing.
It looked very
yeah, but from what I heard, it was quite a short game. So if they expand the game, the graphics were amazing on it. I heard the story was excellent as well. So if they expand it even more, I think people will go to it.
I think
the system seller is Gears. That's the only game they have that is like, boom, this is a big franchise that can sell consoles.
It's a harsh place to be for Xbox, to be honest.
That's the thing. When we were coming into Xbox One, they had so many system sellers, but through this generation, I don't know what they've done to those franchises, but looking in, it's just Gears that I'm looking at. Like, yeah, I'll play that. Forza, but no one's buying a console for a racing game. Yeah, I really want to play it, but
I'm not. I've never been the kind of person to play Forza, to be honest. So it's just not for me.
I think now Gran Turismo's definitely stepped up the game as well, and Forza's got very big competition now.
Yeah.
But this is moving on to the juicy part of news that we got this week.
Just before we go,
yep,
I think that they will sell consoles with a new IP. I don't think that anything that they've got at the moment is what will sell it for them. I think they'll come out with a new IP or a few new IPs that will sell the console and will be great games.
Actually, saying that, we actually haven't established something. Do you think these are going to be games that are coming to Xbox One, or do you think they're going to be majority, okay, we want you to buy the Xbox Series X for these games? What do you think?
I think there will be a period where things are still coming out on the older generations.
Yeah, no, they've said that. But what I'm asking you is, do you think it's going to be like, okay, we are attaching this new IP, or we're attaching this sequel to the Xbox Series X, or they're still attaching it to the Xbox One X and saying, okay, if you want to play it on the Series X as well, you can? What do you think
It
they
would be
do?
smart for them to only link it to the Series X.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think,
it's sold in the console.
yeah, considering there's only about 6 months left until the Series X possibly comes out,
Yeah.
I don't really see them announcing the game for the Xbox One X and releasing it again for the Xbox Series X. I think they might as well just go all out the Series X, that more people potentially buy that console instead.
Okay. No, because I'm just thinking. I know when you think about it, there's not that many Xbox One X's out there, but I think there's maybe like 50 million or something like that.
Yeah.
When you really think about it, where do you go? Do you go, okay, Xbox One X is here or Xbox One S is here? We've got a target of 50 million people that can possibly play that game. Or do you say, okay, we don't even know how many people are actually going to buy the Xbox Series X, but we're still going to target it there? Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you think would you think this?
Yeah.
What do you think there?
I think
tough to say.
Microsoft have faith in their console, to be honest, because it looks like an absolute powerhouse. So I think they have faith that people will buy the Xbox Series X, and they can. I think they can. PlayStation 4 gamers and I don't know about Twitch, but yeah, I do think they can get some PlayStation 4 gamers to actually buy an Xbox Series X. Until we hear some more news about the PlayStation 5, I mean, Xbox is at a bit of an advantage at the moment, to be honest.
At the moment, but I think they're focusing too much on power.
Yeah,
I don't think PlayStation won last generation by having more power. They won it purely on games.
I think I agree.
Install base.
I agree with you there, but I believe that was more towards the end that they actually did that, like halfway through to the end. I think they won at the beginning because the Xbox just messed up everything pretty much.
Yeah.
But even though their launch title was trash, no one wanted them.
Who? What? The PlayStation or the Xbox?
No, Xbox.
Oh, yeah.
Or what was lending games to someone else and to be connected to the internet 24/7 and
Yeah, I think they just messed up all of that stuff, and then like halfway through, just to, as a power driver and just to like really really like make the gap even bigger, PlayStation just started bringing out banger after banger after banger. I was just like, okay, yeah, this race is done. It's really done. So I agree with you.
I think they started that from Infamous. That was the first crack to the ribs.
Yeah, pretty much. So moving on to the next juicy bit of news that we've got are the Last of Us 2 leaks, which I actually know everything about the game now, but
oh my gosh,
I'm of course not going to spoil anything. Pretty much.
I don't know how you can read the spoilers for a game before it comes out.
To be honest with you, I was in the frame of mind where I was just like, okay, this game is not even revealed for when it's coming out. Like they've said that okay, it's delayed indefinitely or whatever the word they used, and the leaks came out. I was like, okay, eventually people are gonna spoil this for me, or somebody's gonna say something in like some YouTube comment about some totally different type of video that has nothing to do with the Last of Us. So you know what I mean? Like,
YouTube comments.
You gotta be careful about the comments, mate.
So yeah, I just thought, do you know what? I'm just gonna spoil it for myself. If I do it, they can't do it for me. I'm taking the power back, guys. So yeah. I just said, yeah, let me just read it all, find out all the information, and then when it comes to it, when the game gets released, I can just enjoy it for what it is. I'll be able to see all the cutscenes and the gameplay and just enjoy it for what it is. So yeah, that's my thoughts and why I did it. But yeah, what do you guys think? What are you guys really doing right now to avoid spoilers, pretty much?
Bird box. Don't need to see anything.
So
literally, I'm not typing anything about Last of Us 2. I don't want to hear anything about it. going at any video that mentions Last of Us 2 at all. I'm just staying away completely.
All right.
I don't mind them mentioning it. I'll go into a video they're saying updates on it, but I just won't read the comments.
Oh, okay, that's fair enough.
If they're doing their comments along, man.
I have two questions. My first one is: do you think that this has forced Sony to release it when they're releasing it, or do you think
100%?
You reckon?
They must have.
Yeah,
I think it's
100%.
They saw it as a double-edged sword. It was like people know our story, but also everyone's talking about us now. So let's just get this out so people can start pre-ordering while it's in their mind.
Well,
yeah.
Why do you think this isn't my second question? It's just an extension of the first one. Why do you think they delayed it in the first place? Do you really think it was because of this COVID-19 thing, or do you believe it was that they just actually didn't finish the game? They didn't have time to finish the game in the time that they said.
Well, they were saying that they lost about 75% of developers towards the past couple of months due to crunch time. So that's why I'm a bit concerned, because I mean the last couple of months is when they're really polishing up the game. And if you've lost that many people in your team, I'm not saying that they can't do it, but it may not be to the best standard.
They've got to have people working from home, right?
Yeah,
you can take
I would hope so. Yeah, I would hope so. Some of us are working at home, so
they probably on top of the developers, they're probably thinking this outbreak is going to hurt us, because not everyone does downloading games. I know I don't. I always get physical, so they're probably thinking this is really going to stifle how many games we can get out. But now they don't have a choice.
I don't think it would have stifled the games, because I mean you can order online, and it's not a game like Call of Duty where you see people lining up at 12 midnight game. You just order it, and when it comes to your house, it comes to your house.
Like something like Last of Us, though, that game's so big. You're gonna have so many. Because Call of Duty at the moment is sold out everywhere you go.
But when you really think about it, okay, Call of Duty, you can download that game, and it's got more players right now than anything before, even. So, and that's just the online part of it. I believe you can only get like Warzone if you download it, and it's got more players. It's got more players than anything right now. So really and truly, just being able to download the game, I don't think stops games selling well.
It doesn't stop it selling, but I don't think they would have sold as much, because there's still a huge base of people that buy physical. And I think that would have affected the physical numbers, especially for a console exclusive.
Yeah, but to be honest, I generally think people will still order it for online. To be honest, when it comes, really, I'm excited for the game, but me, there's no way that I'm waiting at midnight to get.
I'm definitely pre-ordering it.
Okay, yeah, it's actually back on. You can pre-order it now. I don't know about you. Do you like only physical games? I don't really like physical games anymore.
I can do digital, but it hurts my soul, so I prefer to do physical.
I think that means that you don't like digital. Then if it hurts your soul.
I've done it. Like when there's a game I really love that's on PlayStation Plus, I'm like, for flip's sake, but I'm not gonna buy the game if it's already on PlayStation Plus. If it's a Supercell, like the game costs nothing, I'm not gonna buy the physical when the game costs nothing on digital.
That makes sense.
But I always make sure to buy the biggest games when they come out, and if they have a steelbook edition, I'll get that.
Oh, okay. I've only got like.
I think for me, aesthetically, having games piling up, it looks much nicer than just having it on a digital library. But from that, I'm not really fussed.
Just to explain my thoughts is like I just find it inconvenient at this point, to be honest with you. I've got really good internet, so I can download games pretty quickly, and I just on top of that as well, my PlayStation has actually started bugging out. It's like my disk drive just all of a sudden just keeps trying to
spitting out the game.
Yeah, it just keeps doing it.
Don't worry, I've been through it.
Even take it apart, mate.
Yeah, this is why I'm just waiting for the PS5 to be honest.
That's what I'm saying.
To deal with that stuff, but
I got the limited edition Spider-Man PS4 Pro,
Oh,
and
okay.
every day I'm just waiting for it, this console generation to end so I can put this one away, man. I don't want it to break. Like my standard PS4 broke. I don't want the limited edition one to break.
Yeah.
So as soon as I get a PS5, that's all getting packed up nicely, cleaned and put away.
That the pad that comes with that console as well.
Yeah,
Like
the
it.
white one,
Yeah.
white and red.
But yeah, my second question was, what are your thoughts on the first The Last of Us? Like, how did you feel about the game? Was it a 10 for you guys, as you said about Horizon Zero Dawn?
I think it was minimum top 3 games last generation.
Okay. Would
Top
that
5 you could push it to?
would that stand still for the PS4? Or if you included
Yeah,
I don't think
I played the remastered one, and I think that was top 5 games I played. Generation, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the story was so captivating. Yeah, it was another game that it was quite long, but you just didn't want to stop playing.
Yeah. Yeah.
The mechanics of the game, the tweaks, everything. I hardly ran into any bugs or anything like that.
Yeah.
I just love that game, to be honest.
I think it's
Story, yeah, so
Naughty Dog tend to give you experiences, man. Even with Naughty Dog, they just tend to give you experiences. Even with Uncharted, like it's just you're captivated the whole way through.
Yeah,
they keep you engaged with their games. I think they've done that very well with Last of Us.
My opinion of the game, I think I basically agree with everything you guys have said, but I just I think that game has shaped how games are developed now. Like I don't I just
yeah, I agree.
I think that people have realized, okay, we can really put good stories into our games. It's not just about gameplay now. Like people have a heightened expectations for stories in games now. I think that, and this generation, I'll probably say the game that did that as well, or just like added on to that, is The Witcher 3. So yeah,
Red Dead had a great story. It was very, very boring at times, but the story held that game up so much.
I'm not gonna get into The Witcher 3. I mean, into the Red Dead. But yeah, I agree with you guys totally. The Last of Us is a great game still, even to today's standards. So, looking forward to The Last of Us 2. Gonna really enjoy that. I know that I am. Probably gonna stream it as well, just to see the reactions as well of other people, and I'm excited for that game. So yeah, I
think it's probably my third most anticipated game of the year.
Oof.
Fourth.
Oh yeah, that's a good talk about it as well. What's your order then? What would you say your order is?
Number 1 for me was Ghost of Tsushima. Since I saw that trailer, I thought I'm a samurai. Like what can I want?
Okay.
And then,
and just to fit this in, The Last of Us 2, they actually got release dates. The 19th of June for The Last of Us 2, and the 17th of July for Ghost of Tsushima. As we were just talking about those two. But yeah, continue.
I think Final Fantasy 7 and Last of Us 2 are level because nostalgia is very strong with Final Fantasy 7.
Okay.
So I think that's carrying it. And then probably Cyberpunk in third place.
Okay.
But excitement for Cyberpunk keeps going up the more time goes on.
What's your top 5, and
or
top 4 or top 4?
Or top 3.
Yeah, top 3.
So I haven't actually played Final Fantasy yet. Tsushima, Punk, and Last of Us 2 are definitely the ones that I'm waiting for.
What I would say my top 3 were, or yeah, I have to say were because a couple of them have come out already. So number 1 was Final Fantasy 7 remake. That's what I was most excited for. Reason being, I kind of no, actually, I didn't really complete the actual original. So I was like, okay, this is a good starting point. I'm gonna be like refreshed. I'm not gonna play the original now because this is coming out as well, so I can really experience this story the way that should be. Pretty much, this is gonna be the definitive version of it, and yeah, that's the reason I put that there. Number 2, I would probably say is it would be number 2 Cyberpunk, just because of what they did with The Witcher 3, one of my games of the generation, in my opinion. My favorite game of the generation, Final Fantasy 7. Funny enough, like it actually like beat my expectations of how good it was, and I was already hyped for the game. So yeah, that's I don't think that's ever happened before. I think it's my favorite game of all time, probably.
All time.
Yeah,
was strong.
I really enjoyed. Might lie, like when I anyway. Let me not spoil it. And number 3, number 3 was actually Doom Eternal, and
it looked good.
That game was. I was very excited for that game. Actually, I played the 2016 version. I enjoyed that game very much, and when I just saw what they had done and what they were doing with the next one, with that one, I just said, this is gonna be an exciting game. And what I can say is that met my expectations. So yeah, that's the order. Put that there. So actually,
Would you prefer Doom or Wolfenstein?
Oh, I really don't like No, actually,
no.
No, I really hated the two. Like I loved number 1, the first one, the New Order. Oh my gosh, what a great game! I did not expect it to be that good. This second one, I haven't even completed it. I have it on PlayStation now. I bought the game because I bought Wolfenstein 2 when it came out.
Yeah.
Just because the first one really gave me like good vibes, but then I think I've got to like the second level, maybe the third, and I'm just like, nah, this isn't it.
Can't be asked.
I can't complete this game. I'm never going to. But yeah,
I always find it satisfying in games when your enemies Nazis or KKK members. Always makes the game just a bit more, like Mafia 3 wasn't the greatest game, but you got to kill a whole gang of KKK members.
Yeah, so that's actually a game.
Might be 10 out of 10.
That's actually a game that 10 out of 10 because you get to kill them.
Oh my gosh.
But that's a game that I need to complete as well. But I don't know. It just that game's weird, in my opinion.
Mechanically, it's not that great.
What I can say is, it was so captivating. Like the beginning was so like it set up the story to be so great. But
it's the art style. The art style's really nice.
No, not even that. It's just what it did for me. It set it up to be a really great story, but then it just told me, "Yep, we are a video game. We are like." It just got into that mode so quickly as well. So all of a sudden, it was just like, "Yep, we just got all this stuff for you to do, and it's gonna be repetitive." And I didn't even start doing it. I just could tell. I was just like, what? Why have you done this? Like, you've made me so invested and interested in completing you, and then you just turned into like the most, like, I don't know, but yeah, it just turned into a repetitive game so quickly and so like.
Who done Mafia 3?
Huh?
Was 2K, Mafia 3 Ubisoft?
Was it 2K? Yeah, it was 2K.
That's 2K, man.
Yeah, so I was just like, no, I'm gonna put this down for now, but. Yeah, I'll probably go back to it just for the story because I just felt like the story was so. Can you confirm it? Is the story that good?
From what I've played, I enjoy the story and I enjoy the characters.
Okay.
I really like the way the world's set up. Like when you're in a nice, less colored area, you get treated differently by the police and the people around. I think that's quite a good mechanic they put into the game. It makes it feel like you're in old timely America where you wasn't equal.
That's crazy. I feel like we've basically covered our Final Fantasy, so I'm gonna skip that one. I've already
Final
said that.
Fantasy 8 needs a remake.
Yeah.
What they do, put that in the books.
If they use the battle system from this one, then I'll definitely. Because I think
there was one thing I was disappointed about Final Fantasy 7 though.
What would you say?
It's a nitpick, but the accessories.
What about them?
I'm used to RPGs. Like when you put on an accessory, you see it on the person.
Oh, okay.
It's a nitpick, but like when you put the belt on, I want to see the belt go on him. I want to see every gem.
That's definitely a nitpick, but yeah.
Every bit of them, but it helps your like
immersion.
Helps you get into the world, but it's more immersion.
Yeah.
Like when I'm putting it on, I'm like, oh, that's a bit disappointing.
Yeah, no, but
like, anything you put on, it will be on him.
What they did do is the material and like your swords and gloves and the guns.
But yeah, even the material, like your sword will have a maximum amount of material that it will show, and anything extra it won't show that, and that's
No,
I was just very disappointed by it.
I understand that. But yeah, getting into the final topic, which is that more of a think piece than actual news, but Travis Scott actually had a concert in Fortnite the other day. Personally, I don't play Fortnite, but what I can say is that is the kind of thing that makes me say this is awesome. I don't play the game, I don't really like it, but that's still an awesome thing that they're doing. So you guys' thoughts?
Yeah, I don't really play Fortnite either, so but I heard about the Travis Scott concert. I just wanted to see what they could possibly do. And when I watched it, that concert was amazing. Purely amazing. I've seen it about 3 times now. And yeah, I thought it was an amazing concert. I mean, I already do like Travis Scott to begin with anyway, but just the way it's brought in gamers who might not have even been aware of Travis Scott or anything like that. But the way that concert was set up, absolutely crazy. Yeah, I enjoyed every moment of it, to be honest.
Yeah, that's obviously going to help with him, like with his streams as well. People are just going to know about music and songs of his that no interest or...
Travis Scott, that guy from Fortnite.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's going to happen there. So, Ams?
I thought it was good. Like, as a concert, it was amazing. Like, all the transitions and going into Robo, Travis Scott, it was all great. But I think this generation, there's been a big push to get famous faces into the game in some way. Like every game you play, they're trying to get them in, and I think this is part of it. They already had Marshmello, and now they have Travis Scott. Who's next? Will they have Drake next? I think the game's trash, and I refuse to play it ever again. He's good for the gaming community as a whole.
Yeah, that's very true. It's very good for the gaming community. Oh, and I do agree. They have started getting a lot of celebrities in gaming. All of a sudden, they got like Keanu Reeves for Cyberpunk. Which probably, you hate to say it, but really and truly, a lot of people that probably weren't going to buy Cyberpunk are probably like Keanu Reeves. I'm gonna play it now.
It's future quick, isn't it?
Yeah, so I don't see it slowing down anytime soon, to be honest. If anything, it's gonna increase a lot more just because of what is done for like Cyberpunk. Even though that was a game that was gonna sell well anyway, but now that they've got him, other companies are gonna say, "Yep, we're gonna get other celebrities involved as well in our games." So
it's something that's always been there, isn't it? Yeah. I think the technology has made it so now you if you have someone who's big enough, you use their face. So like on PS2, you had Samuel Jackson in San Andreas as Officer
Yes,
Ten.
yeah.
But it wasn't his face. It was just some old.
It's just his face, yeah.
Yeah.
But then even down to NBA where they've got Idris Elba, and they're putting his face in the game. His character means nothing to the game, but we have Idris Elba in our game.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Even
I think
when you think about like Call of Duty, they got Kevin Spacey.
Spacey,
They
yeah.
got
Conor McGregor.
yeah, Conor McGregor, the guy from Game of Thrones as well in the same game.
Yeah.
So it was like, yeah,
They're going
you are right. You are right. You are right. They are doing that. What do you think?
They were using.
What do you think is
Go
gonna
on.
do for the game? For gaming, like, do you think it's gonna make it?
I think it can only increase the exposure because the gaming industry right now is worth billions. So even top A-class celebrities in games now, it can only be better for the gaming industry, in my opinion.
Okay. One question that
I'm here for it.
One question that I have, like, you see what's happening with Netflix now, where everybody's making TV shows and films. Like Martin Scorsese made a Netflix film the other, I think maybe last year. Do you see celebrities and like really famous actors coming over to the gaming industry, knowing, okay, this industry is growing? Well, it's the biggest industry in the world right now, actually. Do you see them transitioning over? Like Denzel, are we gonna see Denzel Washington in the next Call of Duty or something?
They had Keanu Reeves,
Last
right?
of Us 3 or something. Sorry, what?
They had Keanu Reeves, and he's
Keanu Reeves.
arguably as big at the moment.
Action-wise, yeah.
That's true.
Idris in a They had Idris in a basketball game. It doesn't even make sense.
That's true.
I'm hoping all these celebrities come in and they make the wider audience realize that gaming and game production is an art. It's not just something for kids. You have people like Hideo Kojima who've been doing it for years. All of his games have been art, but it's not been recognized as that. It's just been something for kids.
Yeah.
And I think having these big actors in will help people see that. It also gives light to people who are amazing gaming voice actors who maybe they don't necessarily flourish when it's live action acting, but when they're in a gaming environment like Nolan North, they're amazing. They're doing stuff that some actors, like worldwide actors, wouldn't be able to come into gaming and do. I don't think they've just got such a hold on the craft.
I think the celebrities should continue coming into the gaming industry, to be honest. I don't think they're gonna quit their day job and I'm gonna become an actual I can only see it helping them. I mean, I've just completed Detroit Become Human. The game's got a lot of famous faces in it as well.
Yeah.
And I think also just playing a game with someone that you see on TV all the time and that likeness, I don't know, it feels a bit different compared to made up fictional character that you might not have any sort of connection with as well. So yeah, I think it's a thing. I hope it doesn't take away from excellent actors like Nolan North and so on. I hope they're able to still get their AAA games, but yeah, I think it's definitely a great thing. I think that's the only issue.
It could, but I don't know. But I think in recent years, the big actors have stopped phoning at home when they go to gaming. Some of them just said, "Yeah, this is just a check."
Yeah.
A lot of them are taking it more seriously, but I think there's something that the people who practice and do their gaming acting day in, day out, something they bring that there's a big actor necessarily won't bring. So you might find it's like Death Stranding, where they have the big actor to help sell the game to a wider crowd, but then they have the gaming actors to push different characters forward and give different characters depth and build the game out.
I agree.
It's definitely a tool to sell games because they've done it all over this generation. Even with Crackdown. Crackdown was a Apparently a
Terry
crap game. I
Crews.
never played it, but they had Terry Crews selling it.
And that's when he.
What's the name? Burnfall and what's it called Ghost Recon as well.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, actually, there's a lot more than I actually.
It's all
had
over
There's
the
known.
loads.
place, man.
Actually,
They're putting
oh,
them in
yeah,
everywhere.
they actually.
Even in Horizon, the bad guy in that, he's been so much.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's the good guy technically.
You
Spoilers.
sure? I don't know what game you played.
He might not be in the second game.
Oh yeah, yeah, I don't know why this has shocked me so much, but yeah, it's moved me a lot. That now that you guys are naming them off just back to back, it's like there's actually a lot.
Well,
More
even
interesting.
Ellen Page in Last of Us as well. There's loads. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
they're getting them out.
gaming industry is taking off. It's probably even gonna get just nothing but bigger as well. So,
It has to.
It has to. I can't. I mean, more people are beginning to find games more accessible as well, and more people are enjoying it. There's the stigma of gaming is beginning to go now as well. It's only going to grow.
When it's respected, like the award shows are respected the same way the traditional story telling things are respected, the way books are respected and films are respected. I think that's the goal.
I think what they're gonna need to do to really make that happen is make more games that are accessible. So like
Yeah,
making more games like Detroit Become Human, like you were talking about. Like that game's very like it's just not a quick time simulator, but it's pretty much
Yeah,
it's
it's
very
simple. Yeah,
it's very simple game. So a lot of those games are gonna need to be made that happen.
yeah.
I enjoyed that game quite a lot as well. I've only played it once. I don't want to play. I don't want to get like another story.
yeah.
My story is the one that I played. So um,
Yeah.
yeah,
I think it's also going to change with generations coming up. Because when we were in school, it was very rare to find a girl our age who was good at gaming.
that's true.
But now, when you look at younger people, everyone, regardless of gender and all of this stuff, is playing it. I think the more people that play it growing up, the more serious it will be taken.
Yeah.
And that will help. Because no matter how good a game is, it's hard to jump in if you don't know what you're doing.
Of
You've
course,
got five thumbs, so you're not going to be able to play the game very well.
it's true.
All right. I think we're gonna wrap it up there. This has been a good first episode. We're definitely gonna make more in the future. Um, yeah. Do you guys have any final thoughts?
Not that I can think of, to be honest.
Fair enough, man.
Ghost of Tsushima will be game of the year. That's my final thought.
I won't lie. That's one of those games that I have a good knack that it's not gonna be that great, but we'll see.
Nah, you have to trust. It looks amazing.
We'll see. But yeah. Make sure you subscribe, guys. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and we'll catch you on the next one. Okay. Take care.
See you later.
Take care.